Good day. Welcome to another school year and to Mr. Cusack's class. I'm going to step you through my first week of activities and things that we needed to get taken care of to get going during the school year. So the first order of business is if you're already in Schoology, you can get to most of my resources. As you can see here, I've got all my classes. You'll find your class. And this video that you're watching right now is this video says watch video. Also, my Zoom links are here. And then most of my stuff, since I'm a webmaster, is on my web page, which is much easier for me to do. So to get there, in fact, if you find almost all of the resources, you can go to it directly and on that link. And it's also www.joecusack.com. So let's go ahead and look at the academic calendar, which basically breaks down to every month for the school year. So we know that we did have August, but it got our date of opening got pushed to September. So we've got September, and the week that we're in, you see the week of September 7th, week of September 14th. That is the Monday of each week. Even though we had a holiday on the 7th, this is where you're going to find the different instructions. So also here's another link to this video that we're watching, that you're listening to right now. So the first thing we need to do is to make sure that you cover everything. This is something all my classes have to do. And then we're going to split up and be doing different things. One thing that I do want to point, this top part, after the first week or so, this all goes away in terms of you'll be done with it and then we can move on. Within your individual class, as you see down here, like if you're in my cybersecurity, you would click here. Pre-AP, you click here. Practicum here, AP, and so forth and so on. And even though I did put unique assignments in here, when you get done with all of these activities up here, then you can go ahead and click on your particular class if you're in my CS3 class. So I've given you a checklist to make it a little bit easier because there's a lot of little things that we need to do. So go ahead, I'm going to right click and just put it up here. So the first order of business is we're going to make a copy. So I'm going to say last name, first name, and then period 3. And remember, folks, that you're going to be moving it into, make sure you put it in your Klein-Collins 2020, 2021 folders, which you are going to do later, but for now you can just, so it's going to be cybersecurity, and that's where I'm going to put it. But you haven't set that up yet. So we've got that. Then as you read through here, I welcome you again. Just to make some distinction between my in-person people and my online people. The procedures that we have to go through to walk into the classroom. I want you to try to maintain 6 feet from other students. The roster, I tried to do my best to spread y'all out. And this right here, this get credit word, I'm going to talk about that later on. In the past, I've used this mechanism of get credit so that you can kind of track where you are in your grades and what you've turned in and what you haven't turned in. I would recommend that you plug in your power supply or for your tablets. They go dead within about an hour and a half when you're using Zoom. If you don't have a lab, go ahead and sign into one of my lab computers. You will need to enter your attendance online every single day. So that's going to be this link right here. So I'm going ahead and put it in here, but it's also in here. So you could click on this and do the exact same thing, but very, very important that we do it. Just copy it. So you put your first name, last name. If you have a nickname, I know sometimes students, the class period you're in, or if you're doing a meeting, and then if you're in person or off campus. And I always ask you, do you plan on working on this class assignment today? And the answer should be always yes. Then I've got these check boxes. So I look on here, click on the link for the instructional video on what and how to do my assignments. That's what you're watching right here. And then, so we've done this one. So right click, I'm going to check mark, right click, check mark. On the checklist, make sure that you set the boxes to a check when you are done. So if I look, I'm going to go ahead and split screen these. So if you want to like put the checklist right next to each other, it's a good way for you to track it. So go ahead and right click. So make sure you click on the link for attendance, which we already did. And it always refers back to this. Type your school schedule. So looking over here, you need to make a copy of your school schedule. And I actually, instead of doing videos on all of these activities, I put videos, embedded them in with the particular activity. So this is kind of a general overview video. So if I click into here, then we've got the schedule, and I do talk about it in the video that I have embedded right there. So let's say I went ahead and I did that, completed that. So as you're going through, you have a checklist. I find this helps students. Then we need to connect your Google Drive stream. Then you've got video instructions for that. And let's say I did that. Obviously, I've already done these things. Then organize your Google Drive. So you need to watch the video for that. And then there will be a video on pre-existing conditions. I don't know if that's necessary, because if you just do it, let's say I've gone ahead and completed this. So if you click on it, then this is going to be really long. But what I'm looking for is to get a feel for what your foundation is, so your pre-knowledge, how good you're at algebra. And I'm going to look at different things. Some of you, my advanced students, will be saying, I know this well, or most of your new students are going to say, not at all. So I'm going to go ahead and take this as a grade. This is just the many things that I work with in many different classes. So if I've got somebody who's a real expert, then I might have you help some of the other kids. That would be super fantastic. So let's say I went ahead and did my survey. Okay. What I want you to do here is I want you to review several things. Your instruction times, bell schedule, bus routes, and KC floor plan. So let's go ahead. Go ahead and close these other ones out of the way. I'm going to make this full. And then to make it easier to look at these, I'm going to right click, new tab, right click, new tab, right click, new tab, right click, new tab, right click, new tab. So what this is right here, and they talked about it, is right now I have my password turned off. Well, I mean, I have it embedded in my link. So most of the time you don't need my password unless you put in my other code, which, you know, that's to prevent other people from getting it. And then I talk about, I usually will have about 15 minutes of direct instruction. In lieu of that, I may have pre-recorded stuff, which is like what I'm doing here. Then independent practice. So I don't think I spend a lot of time pre-recording stuff. So this should save you some time. And then I can answer questions. So this goes to each week. So on the different times. So if you are remote and you come in at 10 o'clock, then I'll talk to you and I'll answer your questions. And then the other is independent practice. So if you are off campus, I will be walking around, well, I'll be working with my kids in my room and listening to y'all. So I will be available the whole time. And then this is the bell schedule. And the next thing is the floor. And what did I miss? The bus schedule. So I've got a link to the bus schedule, which will come in really handy the first week. So be sure that you review all of these and you can come back to them. I also have a PD copy of this in case you have problems with Google Drive. Sometimes I'll do that for some things. So go ahead and review that. Let me go ahead and close those. So we've done that. Okay, setting up the online accounts. We're probably, I don't know if I'm going to do that the first day. I'm also going to have one for a thing called Replit. So as you go into each one of them, I'm going to go ahead and open up these. So inside here, if you click these links, it will go, make sure that you pick the correct class. Okay, like for instance, I've got 4 periods for a computer science practicum, and then I've got period 7 for that. For pre-AP, I've got 3, 4, and 5. So be sure to collect it. If for some reason you click on the wrong one, just go ahead and leave it. And don't worry about removing yourself from it because I will remove it. Then Khan Academy, same thing. You go ahead and click on that. Inside the Khan Academy, make sure that you rename your ID to your last name, comma, first name, so I can easily extract. I'm not going to remember your account numbers, guys. So I know some of you already know how to do that. You've had me in the past. I may have you help out the other ones. So then we also have Google Classroom. And Google Classroom will be dropping stuff off. And then we've got Edmodo. We talk about Edmodo. It's a tool that I use to have the kit, to have y'all collaborate, and you can insert pictures and things like that. So as you can see, as you go down, let's say you're in period 3, then you highlight this, copy, so you're going to go ahead and use your Google account. So it's not going to prompt me for anything to join because I'm already got an account. So what I can do is if I want to join one, I go to that join a class. And then that code that I had up here, this one, highlight it. Copy. Hit enter. And it's not going to do anything because I already belong to the code. It's going to say I'm going to enter an invalid code because I've already joined that. I don't know why it does that, but see, I can show you the class code for this is 2AEMIX. So that would be See, it's right there. So that is the correct code. But since I already am a part of that class, it actually went to here, but just gave me an error because I already belong to it. The next one is Amazon Engineering Adhesive course. I have this for some of my classes. This is more for my advanced classes. So you're going to go ahead and click on here, the instructions. It's going to give you a code. Follow these instructions. Make sure that you use your Klein ISD account. You will get an email from them, and be sure to look in your email, and you're going to have to click on a link. If you don't do that, it will not sign you up. So let's pretend, well, I can't sign up for my own classes. So right click, check, right click, check. Installing a Zoom client. This is something that is very, very important. And at this point, you have to go to Software Center. And I talk about it where, like for instance, here's some useful information on setting up the client. If you do, for my online students, you'll need to be in the school parking lot to do this. Software Center only works when you sign on to the school network. Click on the search box on the lower left-hand corner. Enter Software Center. After Software Center launches, you'll see the Zoom client. There it is. Then click on the install. And after you do the install, then a lot of the activities or things that we're able to do with Zoom will become available. Then I have a video on how to standardize your name in Zoom, inserting a background, adding a filter, adding a photo of you so I know who I'm talking with over Zoom. I want to cut down on my mistakes, and if I don't, I want to put a name with the face. So if for some reason I don't see something, or I get somebody else has a very similar name to you, then because I always do check that, especially the first week or so or 2 weeks, because if there's somebody else in the classroom who has a similar name, then they may end up with your grade. You may not like their grade. So I went ahead and I did the install. And if it's already installed, then you can go ahead and check this, and then do that secondary activity about the settings. Then click to watch the videos on how to do the following 5 items. And the 5 items you've got is you're setting up your get credit sheet, you're reviewing your standard heading, and you've got this. And what you're going to do is you're going to go into here and you're going to replace this information right here with yours, so we know what a standard heading is. Then here, you're going to go ahead and replace it. You can make up the name of the group and the title, and then you can just put your name in here somewhere. Okay, this is where you would write the information. So whatever information, so this is going to change from activity to activity. And then classroom rules with a PDF format. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to have, this is one of the few times that you have to write. So go ahead and write, copy the rules below for a grade. And then put guardian signature, and then put the date. And you're going to take a picture of that and you're going to drop that off. Be sure to name it PX last name rules. So we've completed that. We've completed that. We've completed the standard heading. Standard heading. Complete your group. I hate autocomplete. Autocorrect. Classroom rules. Then we've got a video right here. Let me reload it and see if it's going to be there. Okay. We've got a video right here that is going to talk about the maps. Although these are not maps, the menus. And I'm just going to give you a quick, if you come up here, you'll find many maps that will have many benefits. These menus are going to be available from the instructional calendar and each one of the months. I probably will not put them down. I'll probably put this and attendance and restorative chat on all the other ones by the weeks. So I only put the whole menu here September the 17th this week because I'm showing you the menus. So, but next week, the only thing you'll see is this and attendance and restorative chat. You will have to go to either the instructional calendar or go at the, so if I go up here, let me go up here, September, then you're going to see the whole menu here. And I've got a video that goes into more details about it and talks about each one of these things. You'll be reading your syllabus and recording it using Audacity. So remember, your syllabus is up here. So you find your syllabus, you right click, open it, okay, and then you start reading it. And let me see, watch the useful menu. So you've watched it. Okay, read and record your syllabus. And then watch the videos, video calls, safety, and fishing. So you're going to watch all of these, probably watch them twice. And then I'm going to ask you some questions about it. So this probably will take you a couple of days, guys. Then go ahead and find your class. So let's say I'm in the cyber class. So I can find my button here. Then I go down here. Then I've got a special video just for that class. So as you see here, I've got my sitemap, and that's the only thing I've got here. So, but you can maneuver to many different places from here. So it looks like we're done. So once you get this done, let me know, and we'll take it from there. Thank you very much.